Good morning, everybody. It is now 10:50 on our Thursday, and we have an update. If you were watching the morning newscast today, the Storm Prediction Center has now updated their outlook as far as our chances for strong storms. And we have now declared today a weather impact alert day because they have expanded the risk for seeing that severe weather later this afternoon and this evening. So let's kind of walk you through the time frame for what we can expect. A reminder that when we issue a weather impact alert, it's to let you know that impactful weather is expected later in the day today. We'll work out the time frame for you. And this is just to help alert you to know that something's going to be different than just your run-of-the-mill typical showers and storms that we could see now and then. So for the rest of the day today, it would be best if you paid attention to the weather, make sure you have multiple ways to receive those weather alerts and notifications, and check back for updates. Just like from this morning until now, we've seen changes with the forecast. We could continue to work out those details and make some adjustments as we go into this afternoon. This is a live look at our Gatlinburg camera this morning, and you can see the low cloud cover kind of sitting on the mountains there off in the distance. We have had some off and on showers throughout the day today. It's the afternoon round of activity that's going to be the one we're more concerned about the potential for being on the strong to severe side. So this afternoon and evening from around 2 p.m. or so until around 10 p.m., that's going to be our window of opportunity to see some of those stronger storms developing across our area. As far as the impacts, damaging wind is going to be our #1 threat, followed by large hail, and an isolated tornado can never be ruled out, but I'll highlight the areas that have the better chances of seeing some of those rotating storms in just a minute. So what do you need to do? As I mentioned, you need to stay alert and be prepared if you are going to be outside to move indoors when those storms do start to move into the area. This is something that could impact multiple activities that we have going on outdoors through the rest of this evening, or if you've got any after-school games or things like that. This weather may be a problem for some of those plans. Now, we're going to keep our fingers crossed that maybe it doesn't get as bad as it looks like it could, but we always want to be prepared and have you ready just in case. So let's go ahead and kind of walk you through the timeline. Right now, we've got the scattered showers moving across the area. We had those throughout the morning, and for the most part, they're kind of starting to lift off to the northeast here. What that means is that see all this area back to the west where we've got that lighter gray kind of breaking through the darker gray? That's breaks in the cloud cover. So we've got the heat, we've got the humidity, and that is going to help to develop the energy once that sun starts to come out. It's also going to get really steamy later today, so you have that to look forward to. At least the winds are a little bit on the breezy side, kind of moving the air around just a tiny bit, but it is very muggy out there this morning. Again, a few lingering spotty showers back off to the northeast, and the clearing back off to the west will set us up for this happening later today. This is an update from what we had this morning during the newscast. Earlier today, the yellow was only for southeast Kentucky and the far northern parts of the plateau. The Storm Prediction Center has expanded that yellow level 2 out of 5 risk down to the southeast because the potential for the damaging winds and the hail appears to have increased for those areas. Level 1 out of 5 risk for the areas shaded in green, so everybody has a chance to see those strong storms later today. Just the areas in yellow have the slightly better chance than the areas that are in green. I don't want you to get lost in the details, though, of trying to be like, well, wait a minute, am I in it or am I out of it? The weather's not going to follow that line precisely. So just know in general that areas to this side have a slightly higher risk and areas on this side have a slightly lower risk. Either way, everybody needs to be paying attention to the potential for those stronger storms. Timeline wise, they're looked to develop as we get into the afternoon hours. This is around 3 to 4 p.m. or so. I think they may start to pop on the plateau. And then this is what things could look like at 5 p.m. with the activity then pushing into the valley as we go throughout our evening commute and dinner time. So for those things, if you were doing things outside, you're definitely going to want to check back for updates. I will put one little asterisk next to this. These are our high resolution models, and they are not doing a great job at picking up on the current activity, which gives us a lack of confidence in what they're seeing down the road. So know that this could look different at 8 p.m. than what you're seeing right now. But either way, that just gets the general time frame. Anywhere from 3 to 4 p.m. starting to develop on the plateau. Anytime after that, pushing to the east into the valley. It may not be a solid line. It could be broken cells like what you're seeing right here. But each of those storms will have the potential to possibly produce some of that damaging wind or possibly larger hail. Areas up on the northern plateau and into southeast Kentucky, that's where we also could see a little bit of rotation with some of the storms. But overall, the threat for seeing any tornadoes will be low. Now, this is also new. Tomorrow morning, this model was showing showers all across the eastern half of East Tennessee here. Now, with this updated run, it's showing nothing. So that just gives you an idea of why I'm saying we don't have a lot of confidence in what these models are showing. But I'll pick up with the big picture here. I think your Friday is going to be a lot drier than today. We may start off the morning with some showers into the afternoon. More pop-up style activity expected across the region at around 5 p.m. Friday night. Now showing storms. Again, these models are literally like this from run to run right now. So we'll see a better chance of some of that rain and maybe some thunderstorms coming in late Friday night, overnight, and into the day Saturday. This is also new. If you are watching our newscast on Monday or Tuesday, we were excited because it looked like the weekend was going to be kind of nice. Well, the pattern has evolved, and now we're looking for a cutoff area of low pressure to develop here in the Ohio Valley. When we say cutoff low, that means that it is not attached to the jet stream pattern. It can meander and do whatever it wants, which makes it very difficult to know how long it's going to stay here and when it will actually start to move on out. So that's why our rain chances have gone up as we've gone into the weekend. Saturday's now looking a lot soggier with showers and thunderstorms off and on, it looks like all day long. Heavier rain, maybe even a possibility with localized flooding becoming a concern. And then into Sunday with wraparound moisture, depending on the placement of that low, we may even have a few lingering showers into the second half of the weekend as well. So again, all I can say is check back for updates. For Friday, we are highlighted under that level 1 risk. That is as of now for the potential of some damaging winds. This is going to update later this afternoon and update again as we go through the day tomorrow. So this could change. Then into the day on Saturday, generally, we start to see that risk shifting to the east, but we are still included in it. And again, this will update and change. So check back for the updates as we go into the weekend. Are you getting the idea here? A lot of uncertainty with the forecast. Speaking of that, our Smokies camera, I believe I just changed it there. Let me go switch it on back for you here to our Smokies cam. We are going to be seeing that the field is currently, I guess I should say that they have gone ahead and uncovered the field right now. They did have it tarped a little bit earlier today, and now they've uncovered it because those scattered showers have moved out. We're going to have to watch the potential for that game this evening. First pitch is going to be at 7 p.m. tonight. Scattered showers and storms are expected to be moving through our area around that time, so we may see this game get a little bit delayed or maybe even postponed. So again, keep an eye on the Smokies Twitter or X page, and we'll of course be bringing you updates as well as the official weather of the Smokies. This could be a problem this evening. So this is your early heads up if you had plans to be heading out to that game. And as far as your 7-day forecast goes, again, unsettled because of that low pressure system just swirling around the region. That keeps our rain chances elevated for the rest of the day today. More pop-up style activity expected for Friday during the daylight hours, but later in the day it looks like the rain chances increase, and that will last into the day Saturday. We may actually have to boost up those rain chances for Saturday. And we've added rain chances to Sunday because of the potential for wraparound moisture. I wouldn't be surprised if we have to extend those rain chances even into the early parts of next week, depending on how long that low pressure system sticks around. Also take note of the temperatures in this time frame. Low 80s for our highs, maybe, if we can get rid of these clouds, later today. Low 80s for Friday, and then look at Saturday and Sunday. We're talking highs maybe in the upper 60s and low 70s, depending on the cloud cover and the rain chances, and generally a slightly cooler pattern as we go into next week as well. That all has to do with the progress of that low pressure system. So again, to recap for you, we do have a weather impact alert for the rest of the day today due to the potential of some strong storms. The main threat is going to be from the potential of damaging winds and also hail the size of quarters or larger. That's 1 inch in diameter or bigger. That's big enough to put some dents in your car if we get some intense storms in here. And again, the best chances will be for areas shaded in yellow, that level 2 out of 5 risk back off to the west. But areas in the east in the green, you don't want to let your guard down here because you're still technically included in a risk for seeing some of those stronger storms. And don't get lost in the details of where exactly that line is. It could change as we go throughout the day, and obviously the weather can also not follow that line. So make sure you have multiple ways to receive those weather alerts and notifications. And make sure you check back for updates to that forecast as we go throughout the rest of the day. Meteorologist Mike Simon will have your next update coming up at noon on WBIR, and we'll have updates throughout the afternoon as the storms start to develop across East Tennessee.